Okay, I'm back today. Talking a little bit about the video from last night. Two Lees in a pod put a video up. They brought a little truth to this storyline out there in Otter Creek last night. They brought documentation and indisputable truth for sure. And I want to congratulate Lisa and Tori for such a hard job of going out. And I know that it was hard to set on this until they had the paper in their hands, signed paper that verifies about the signs that were out there that seem to be a big deal from your fair-haired boy out there in Otter Creek. It seems the germ, we know from a while back when some paperwork was brought forward to prove that Miss Preston was not the maker of those signs in any way. It was not her that did it. And matter of fact, the documentation said that it was somebody tried to pull a fraud off. They tried to make it look like it was her doing it. And so, yeah, now this documentation comes through. And if you go over to that channel, I'm not going to tell you who did it. But if you go over to that channel, you're going to find out who actually did the signs. And it might surprise a lot of you who did it. And I had I had no part in coming up with that. These two worked diligently on putting this thing together. A lot of people were working on it, don't get me wrong. Lawyer Bruce Matkin, he's worked very hard on this, trying to bring all this to light. Robbie, the Gator guy, he's a great guy too, and he has given us insight into what this guy was like, what the germ, how his real personality is, and obviously he give all the help he could to these two girls or two women. They're not young girls or anything. They're two women that were so diligent in bringing this to the light of day. Yeah, and then you got Millstown Best out there, Super Dave. He's been working on it for over a year, trying to bring something to the light of day about this guy. Seems like the more people get involved in it, the more they see it was not the right thing for people to do to tear this family apart. You know, you're talking about Mr. Cook and Miss Preston and a little girl out there that deserved better. And I don't think they really cared about the suffering of any of them, quite frankly, because of the treatment they were given and the disparaging remarks that have been going on for long. I don't even know how many people could put up with it for that long a time. To me, it was beyond human. It's not something you would do. It is something you do in a time of war when you brainwash a prisoner. I mean, the tactics were similar to that. They were accused of a lot of things. And one by one, they've all been put to rest. They've taken this thing apart, paragraph by paragraph, sentence by sentence, a word upon word. So that you would understand what's going on and why. And there's still a lot of people out there that I think they're just plain haters. They don't want to listen to the truth. All they want to do is go after somebody. And I got, in my mind, I don't think they care who it is. It's just somebody. And I believe they thought that nobody would ever stick up for these two. Actually, three. I shouldn't say just two. A little girl is involved here. Little girl, less than 5 years old. Somebody had said out there that she can't speak, or she was way behind on time. She's not around people, things like that. And yet, she's got a pretty nice voice, and she can sing. And matter of fact, if you go on Lisa's channel, you'll see that she sings very well and talks very well. She likes to sing her ABCs. How many of you remember in school, back when you learned your ABCs? Well, this little girl, she learned them before she goes to school. So she's done well. And I don't know what else to add to there other than I just wanted to let everybody know that this thing has advanced now where they have the handwriting expert says without a doubt and names the person that made these signs, names them. You need to go over to 2 Lees in a pod so that you can see the hard work they did and give them all the accolades you can for their persistence to bring out the truth. Give them a thumbs up on their channel. Join their channel, please. They deserve everything that they can give for this. Their persistence, they stood up when it really mattered. I think they did the Lord's work here, bringing this to the light of day. Oh my, I they have my total respect for doing this. I don't know what else I can add. They're blessed for sure. Their persistence having brought this forward. And if you go over there, you'll know what I'm talking about. You know, I don't know what the next phase will be or how it's going to be spun by some of the haters out there. We're talking about a small channel here that has big hearts that worked on this, that brought it forward. The odds were against them for getting anywhere. I'm just telling you, it's almost a miracle, the wonders they've performed here on this. Well, you don't have to take my word for it. 2 Lees in a pod. Go over there to their channel. They run it live last night. Check it out. Give them credit where credit's due. And please, don't try to tear it apart. This thing is the real deal, folks. It's not made up. It is the real deal. So, Lisa and Tori and Robbie and Dave's Milltown Best, Super Dave. Thank you so much for going in there and working so hard. Thank you so much. It's really been something, that's for sure. Bruce, you got to be the center of this thing for sure. You've given your all in here. You deserve to be recognized out there for the diligence that you've shown and how you've shown everybody the right way to approach this from the legal standpoint and the moral. All of you, you've got my heartfelt thanks. And I'm sure you have the Lord's too. So, well, I'll see you on my next one.